I'll show you how to change struts on a 2011 Toyota Sienna. And here's the strut. This is for the passenger side. And here's the strut for the driver's side. And the reason I'm changing it is because when I turn the wheel, the spring hops. So like hops like the strut mount is done. So I'm just might as well change the strut. And might as well change your links too. Here's your stabilizer links. They go right here. So might as well change that too. And also, when you change this, you gotta use an Allen key. You gotta put the Allen key on here, and then you put a ratchet to take the nut off. Like on this side right here, there's a nut right there. So you put an Allen key. I couldn't do it, so I used a grinder and I cut it off. See, on the passenger side, I just cut it off. So here's the nut. And then you gotta remove this. It goes right here. You just remove it, and then you gotta remove. There's like a bolt right here, a little bolt that goes in there. This is the little bolt that screws into here, right here. And then you just gotta loosen these two big nuts right here that hold it. I already loosened mine. And then these just come out. You can just get a hammer, hit this just like slightly, and it should go. But if you want, you can put a knot on it and hit it too if it doesn't want to go. So yeah, just hit it lightly and it should come out. And then the strut, you got to remove the 3 nuts on top, but to get to them, you got to remove the plastic piece. There's just clips on here. There's clips here you got to remove. And you got to clip it from here. Also, you gotta remove your windshield wipers right here. There's 2 nuts right here, one here and one here. Once you remove it, you can remove the arm, the wiper arm, and I marked it how they go so I can put them back later. And then I turned the wipers on, and then I turned the car off, and then it gave me more room to get to these nuts right here, to the 3 right here. So I was able to slide it out of the knuckle right here. So here's the strut. It just slides out, it's easy. And here's the strut, it's already shaking. And here are the 3 nuts. I think I might reuse the nuts because it has like a special spacer here. So I might just use this for the passenger side. And same for the driver's side too. Okay, so once you put it in, and put those 3 nuts on top, put a jack underneath. And jack it up until you line up the holes, and then put the big nuts in. So yeah, here's your big nut, and just slide it in, just wiggle it in there. So yeah, don't forget to put the jack on. That helps you support it. Okay, so I put these 2 nuts back on. I just tighten them as hard as I can. I don't know what's the torque spec. Same thing for the top. I tighten them until they're snug. And then you're just gonna put this back, because you put this back in reverse. And then since I got a new link, here's my new link. I got this from 1A Auto, and here's the model number. And also about to mention, you see this, how mine moves, the thing, because my other side's loose. So maybe loosen your other side too, the top one, the one that goes here, loosen that one up, and then to get to this one, it'll be easier for you to get to this one because it's gonna be higher up and you can get to the bolt easier. Again, if you can get it, just grind it off. See, I grind it off. I kind of hit this a little bit, but because I couldn't remove the nut in the back, it was just so stuck on. So I grinded it off. I kind of hit this a little bit, but it should be fine. Yeah, and I'm just gonna put my link back on. For this link, you see that my stabilizer bar is all the way up here because it's touching this part right here. You can see I took vice grips and I clamped it down, and then that nut, there's that nut right here. That nut, I started screwing it. It's a 17 millimeter. So I just started screwing it because the Allen key stripped, because you have to put an Allen key there, it's stripped. So now I can grab this. Sorry that there's no light, but I can grab this now, and put it right here. Put it right here, and I can remove it now. And my vice grips hold here, and my vice grips goes against, hits against tie rod. So this stays there, and see. Let me try show it to you. Sorry, I'm just using one hand. And you can see it's about to come out because this holds it. I vice gripped it, and then I'm just gonna unscrew this nut with this. So first, maybe you use a breaker bar. Use a breaker bar. You loosen it, and then start with this ratcheting it, and it should go. Okay, I got it out because you see this helped me a lot by if you move it all the way up here, you have more room to work here. Because if you didn't, it would have been all the way down here, and it's harder to work here. So yeah, if you're having a hard time, remove the other side and move this thing all the way up, and then when you unscrew that, you can see you have more room. And this is what I use the vice grips. I just vice grips in the back right here, right on the boot. I just vice grip like the heck out of it, and I was able to remove the nut. Yeah, so before you put in your new link, make sure you remove the other side too, because it'll help you a lot. Because once you install it, you won't be able to move this up. So since this one's removed, this is the passenger side. I'm already done. You can see I'm about to put this on, and I'm about to. Yeah, see I can push this down, and I can slide this, I can put the link in already, and I can screw this in already. The new link, the one I got from 1A Auto, it's an 18 millimeters. This one I just tighten it with the gun, and it's tight. The back one I can't really tighten it with the gun, so I'm using it like this. And the new one actually has a slot, see? In the back, there's a slot I can hold with an 18. I don't have to use an Allen key no more. You see how there's like a, actually this one doesn't even have an Allen key slot. This one you actually hold from the back. So from the back I can use an 18. So I hold this one and then I crank with this one. This one I'll just crank and tighten. Tighten as hard as I can. And I'm using a ratchet style. I mean, you can use the other one too, but I just have a ratchet style and just make it easier. For the driver's side, you see there's 3. It's hard to get in there, but it's actually not that bad. So you take a 3/8 ratchet with a 14 long and a extension. You can get right there. You can get to that one. You can get to the one in the back. And for this one, for that one, you can't get in here. So turn the car in on position and turn your wiper on and turn it back off, and then you'll be able to go here with the swivel. Okay, so after you put everything back, put the wipers back, this is all back, this is all lined up. You put the clips back on, it's all clipped in. I forgot to mention, you gotta get these covers too. This is for this, to get to these bolts. These little covers, they just go on top. That, they don't clip by hand. Same thing for this one. Clipped on. And then just wheel back on, and that's it, you're done. Just double check everything. Double check everything. Here's the new shock, or new strut, new stabilizer links, everything's tight. Everything's put together where it's supposed to be, and time for the wheel. Okay, so I have my gun set to forward, and I'm gonna put it on the lowest setting, and it's a 21 millimeter. This is on the lowest setting. Lowest setting, I'm going star pattern. It gets stuck. Throw it in by hand. Okay. And then you're gonna torque it down to 97 foot-pounds. So I'm gonna, you can either somebody hold the brake and you tighten them, or just lower the car a little bit. Once it touches the ground, tighten them to torque spec. So this is the driver's side. So you just want to thread it by hand. And I have it on the lowest setting. You don't want to tighten your lug nuts with the gun, but I have it on the lowest setting. So after that, I'm just going to use a torque wrench. I'm going to go on a star pattern. Alright, I'm about to jack it up and torque them down. And this is where I'm going to be putting the jack at, right on the front to this dot right here. So this is where the jack is gonna go. And you can see my car's on jack stands right here on the other side. So I'm about to remove it from the jack stands. Okay, so I'm about to use this 1/2 inch torque wrench, and I'm going to set it to 90 foot-pounds. Sorry, I meant 97 foot-pounds. You can see my torque wrench set to 97 foot-pounds. I lowered my car just so it can touch the ground, not all the way down yet, and I'm about to go tighten it. And I'm about to torque them down. Once it clicks, that's it. So you go to the next one. I gotta use 2 hands for this one. Alright, this is the other side. Just keep going until it clicks. Once it clicks, go to the next one. Clicks, next one. And last one. And then if you want, you can just go double check. So it's supposed to click as soon as I put pressure. So it clicks. That's it. And that's it. Just lower the car and you're done.